Hello, welcome to Gardening Through Art. I'm Elise with Joyful Plant. I help artists authentically craft sustaining brands. Today, we explore line drawing with simple shapes and techniques. Let's get started. Often drawing can feel intimidating, but if you can write, you can draw. We start with simple shapes, strokes, and textures to explore the beauty of plants. Much like good soil providing structural foundation, our soul offers guidance as a muse when we open ourselves to the freedom of infinite learning through nature. Today's lesson explores line drawing, and to follow along, you will need a pencil, paper, and a nearby plant for inspiration. Our state flower is the rhododendron. It's a beautiful expression of evergreen growth and beautiful spring flowers. We have a lot of opportunities to explore the shapes that plants create. And first we need to loosen up a little bit so that we can allow ourselves to create art. Using any pencil, I'd like to invite you to find a section of a piece of paper to create a small square. And in that square, we are going to create a value scale. So with a scribble, we're going to loosely create pigment in terms of graphite so that we can see a more firm value scale to be darker on the right and looser and lighter on the left. Then we can create a few different simple shapes that allow us to observe the beautiful shapes that nature creates. You can start with a simple circle or a line, a square or a triangle, and then we move to ovals. We might create C shapes in various sizes. And there are also S strokes that allow us to see the simplification of the shape of the nature. When we put these together, it creates a very simple form that might indicate to our minds that it's a leaf. There's no wrong way to do this. In nature, we often see the golden spiral that is created by the Fibonacci sequence that creates approximately 2/3 of a distance between one and the next side. If you are a photographer or an artist, you might be familiar with the rule of the thirds. It can be fun to create the most amount of interest in one of the three intersecting parts of the lines. These simple guidelines can help anybody create beautiful art from the plants just outside your door. This rhododendron has a very simple bud in the center. I'm going to use an S shape on either side of the bud to show its essence. I like to start in the center, much like a mandala, as that is where nature creates its energy as it extends outward. Looking out around the plant, we have several leaves coming out. So there's a big C stroke and an S on the other side. An S stroke to match. To look at different angles, we can squint our eyes or imagine what we draw is what we see, which is different from what we know. And every plant will have a different identity based on its elements and characteristics. When the plant grows from healthy soil, you can tell it's manifesting its most healthy potential. As we explore the beauty of the botanicals in front of us, we can appreciate that this inspiration is available to us anytime. Any small blade of grass or any tree around us can provide infinite inspiration to the artist. Keeping line drawings can allow an artist to simplify the way that we communicate ourselves on paper. There's no wrong way because the plant is intrinsically different than whatever I'm going to create on this page. And there are always surprises to how things turn out. If you're interested in getting more technical, you can add small hatch marks or cross-hatching, often curved, to show the depth on the plant. Sometimes accepting the process is half the challenge. Just remember there's no such thing as perfect, and imperfections are beautiful. And they are also what help bring us inspiration to go on every day differently ourselves. This rhododendron has a different flower in the spring, but I'm going to enjoy it any time of year. This discovery helps our community as we remember that we can build up individuals with their purposeful skills. Just as the plants come together in the ecosystem, everything has a purpose. So if we can accept our process, we can create nature renderings from any plant. These ferns create more of a challenge. A center line indicates where the energy is provided from the roots to the fronds. We can always make an outline and use something like this to practice our C and S strokes. You might start in the center, and your hand will start to create a bit of a muscle memory response to the S strokes and the C strokes that build the plant. When gardeners keep nature journals, we're able to better enhance our abilities as stewards of the land. We can identify plants better when we observe all of their details, and we can take in their lessons with that openness. A sword fern is another adaptable and admirable member of our forest. Its leathery leaves withstand the winter cold, and it still gets wildly prolific with its spores. Exploring line drawing offers a foundation for empowerment, inviting structured imagination. Thank you for exploring line drawing. Join us next time where we will valor through block printmaking.